Three, two, one, and we're in. What's up, everybody? It's Tony Tubes. Oh, and it's fucking Monday. It's Monday. And it's 3/30, 2020. And if you're listening to this months from now, hopefully I'm still alive. Hopefully we're all still alive. Yeah, man. Kind of crazy shit going on right now with this Horvid-19, because it's a horror of a virus. Coronavirus. Fuck the coronavirus, man. That's all I gotta say about this crap. You know, back when I was younger, I was always like, bring on the end of the world. And now it's just kind of like, yeah, this isn't exactly what I had in mind. I always knew it was going to be a shit show, you know. I just don't want to live in it. I don't, not really, you know. I don't really want to live in it, but I am. And I am one of the essential workers out there. Essential workers. It's a good euphemism for, I don't know, the dregs of the working force. Because, before all this shit happened, nobody gave a fuck about us. Not really. Not really. Nobody gave a shit about the little people out there. But now all of a sudden, oh, you're essential. Now we gotta treat you right. Now we have to, blow flowers up your fucking ass. Because without you, this whole fucking country is fucked. And it's like, yeah, dude. Still making shit pay. And I'm on the front lines, man. And sometimes I feel like, and people are like, yo, you're on the front lines. You're doing it. Okay. But why do I feel like I am that first, battalion infantry coming up and having to be the people that come in and deplete the enemy's resources first, tire the enemy out, and then all of a sudden the kick-asses come in and, we're the expendables, the people out there that, if it wasn't for us, man, if it wasn't for us. And I honestly believe that, at the end of the Joker, the Joaquin Phoenix Joker, I really believe that those people that were hoisting him up at the end of that movie, the people that turned into the clowns at the end, the people that turned on the upper class, those were the essential workers, man. I truly believe that. And I really feel for a lot of us, man. Because we're out there, and no matter how much we wash our hands and glove up and sterilize and disinfect and everything like that, we still work in a petri dish. And we still have to think about that day in and day out. What am I touching that somebody else just touched? Because Aberdeen, it had one case, and it was that doctor. He's in his 60s, like 69 or something like that. And he came back from his overseas trip and did God knows how many things before he realized he even had the fucking thing. And, what does most people over 60 do, every day? Is go to the grocery store, especially when you come home from, a fucking trip. God, you come home from a trip and it's just like, oh, man, I gotta go to the fucking grocery store. So, yeah, man, I mean, and there's so many people that could be carriers, and everything. It's scary shit, dude. And then you have the other side where it's like, so they shut everything down, including the schools. And, I mean, bless their hearts for doing that. I'm not mad that they did that. But at the same time, it's like now, well, your kids still need an education. So we have to do all this shit. Okay, well, if you have one kid not that difficult. But when you have 4 kids all in different grades, one of them with multiple teachers and shit like that, it takes like, dude, with some breaks in there and lunch and stuff like that, it takes my wife like 6 or 7 hours to do this shit, man. And she works overnights. I work days. When the kids were in school, it was fine. And even if they weren't in school but they didn't have homework, like if it was the summertime or something like that, it would be fine because my wife could sleep and the kids can fend for themselves for a while, until I come home on my break and everything. It's really easy the way we had this all set up, and then all of a sudden it's like, nope, somebody's got to do all this schoolwork with them now. And it's like, as much as I agree with them not being in school and I agree with all this shit and everything, at the same time, it's like, yeah, you want us to do what now? Like, what? Ugh. And it's not like I'm the one that has to take the brunt of it, Like, my wife is the one that's taking the brunt of it. All I have to do is go to work. But I work during the days. My wife works at night. Well, the kids are up during the day, and the kids need to do their school stuff during the day. So who's here during the day to do that with them but her? So she works overnight. She gets up at like 9 o'clock, 8:30, 9 o'clock. She hurries up and gets ready and then drives 45 minutes and then goes to work for 8 hours, 8.5 hours, whatever. And then she drives 45 minutes home. And then she has to be up until like 4 or 5 o'clock. That leaves her like 2 hours of good sleep, man. I don't even think you can achieve REM sleep in 2 hours. Doesn't seem right. Doesn't seem right. And then you have all this quarantine shit, and like I said, I'm a proponent, of that. I think that it's good, but the thing is not coronavirus. The thing about it is you still have planes in the sky. Like right now, what's the fucking app? Hold on. Everybody, right now, if you're listening to this and you've never heard of this or whatever, you should find Flight Radar 24. It's an app, and I believe it's on both iPhone and I don't know, LG, Samsung, whatever the fuck they're called, those stupid ass phones. But yeah, Flight Radar 24, and it shows you everything in the sky, all the planes. And to me, like quarantine, they want to flatten this curve, is what they call it. Flatten the curve. And first of all, that doesn't mean much to me because I go to work and I wear gloves and I swap gloves all the time, and I'm constantly washing my hands. I'm constantly washing dishes and stuff like that in the midst of everything. And so it's like I'm pretty much doing my part anyways. And I, I just don't see how this quarantine thing is going to work if people are still allowed to come to and fro into the country, out of the country. And people are like, oh well, there's some, like, people keep saying, oh well, there's some stops, and oh they stopped that and everything like that. Well, right now at this very moment, let's see what I can find in the sky coming into the United States. I'm pretty sure I saw something from like fucking somewhere going to fucking Oregon or something like that. Oh, there's a helicocksucker. There's a helicocksucker. Holy shit. If you guys could only see this right now. This is ridiculous. Brussels to Miami. Paris. Oh, that's to Mexico City. Oh, we got San Juan to Cincinnati. There's tons of them, man. Querétaro, wherever the fuck that is, to Memphis, Mexico. You know, like, oh, there's tons of planes. LIHVE? I don't know. To San Francisco. Definitely not in America. Oh, that's got to be Hawaii and shit. Yeah. Hong Kong. Shanghai to Los Angeles. Taipei to Los Angeles. Hong Kong to Los Angeles. I don't know, man. There's a whole crap load of them coming in and coming out, and I'm not saying this is like, these people are bad or those people are bad. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that if you want to actually stop this fucking thing from spreading all over the place, then you need to stop letting people fucking travel. There shouldn't be planes in the sky. It's just precipitating the problem. Like, I don't know, man. I don't know what lockdown means or anything like that, but I watched the movie Outbreak. Just finished it today, man. That's a scary fucking movie when you look at it. 4 weeks ago, would I have thought that movie was scary? Fuck no, I wouldn't have. But now that my kids are home all the time, they're not allowed to have birthday parties or go to birthday parties. Not allowed to go to the new Levity place out there. Not allowed to go to the movies. Not allowed to go to the public anything, man. We don't even take them to the store. They're constantly asking us why, and we keep telling them there's some precautions being taken, children. Things are happening. This is going to be in the fucking history books, man. Nobody alive today has ever seen anything like this. And here we are. And I'm on the front lines, quote unquote. And the only thing I know for sure is that if somebody or some team creates a vaccine for this thing that actually works, they're going to be a fucking rock star. They will have saved the planet. Like fucking Superman, man. you know? Like Superman. Because people are still being dumbasses. I see it every day in my job. And people are just, but they're scared, People are scared. They don't know what to fucking believe. They don't know what to think. They don't know how to feel about any of this. Everybody just wants to be normal. I walk outside my house and, I'm in my house and I walk outside my house and I'm in my yard and I see my neighbors. It's spring. It's finally starting to get nice. And I see my neighbors across the way and they're raking and kids playing, people riding their bikes up and down the street. Jesus Christ, it looks like the fucking 90s out there. You know, this time last year, uh, you know, it's just so much different now. This time last year, everybody was still inside or what have you, but now it's just like everybody's out, and there's a clash, man. I see there is a clash of some sort between essential workers, maybe even a little bit of spite, or not spite, but what's the fucking word I'm looking for? I don't know. I don't know what I don't know what the fucking word I'm looking for is. But there's this thing, essential workers see these people who are off, and this isn't me. I'm talking about things that I see online. I'm I'll get to me in a minute, but I see people pissed off at these other people because they're at home, and some of them are getting paychecks even though they're home and stuff like that. Some of them are getting more money than an actual worker's making in uh unemployment, and some of them are bitching, "Oh, I'm so bored and blah 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 this, and I just want to be able to go and do that." And it's like, for us, it's like, God, dude, you know, people want it to be fucking a little bit more fair, I guess. And it's like I said, it's not me. It's kind of me. I mean, I'm kind of like, well, fuck you guys, man. I want a day off just because, But I know I need money, and I'm glad that I have a job. Do I particularly, love my job? No, I don't. It's not what I picture myself doing, but I'm good at it, I think, and I make money, and so I do it, and I try to do it with a smile on my face. Sometimes it's a real uphill battle to get through that fucking day, man, but you do it. But no, but some friends of mine that I want them to remain nameless and stuff like that. They're really going on the offensive, and because we are kind of being treated like shit out there, and we do get a lot of eye rolls. And my dad was even on the phone with me, and he was like, are people really treating you guys like dirt? And it's like, some of them, yeah. I mean, and I think it's a little bit more than usual because so many places are out of this, that, and the other thing, and so they're going to everywhere, and so some people just like to chew on ass, man, and sometimes it just happens to be us, and but there's just a lot more frustration out there, and so a lot more people can't handle their shit in public, and so they feel the need to take it out on the little people, even though, like we've said, the little people are what making this world go round. I myself personally, um, I don't know, man. I just don't think it's sustainable. Viruses mutate. They, you know, Viruses are very exotic things, man. They're crazy. And this could either get really, really bad really, really quick, or it'll just kind of blow over. And it'll be that thing that happened that one time. And little do we know, the government will be taking major precautions to make sure that we're never unprepared for it again. But thanks to a lot of different buffoons in a lot of different countries and a lot of different heads of power who only think about dollars and not lives, we are completely unprepared for this, and we're behind on being prepared for this. There's just, I don't know, man. You go to the politics side of it, and Trump's just an asshole. He's a buffoon, and he's a liar, and he's completely in over his head. And because, I mean, he knows, man, anybody can get it. This isn't a thing about rich or poor. Anybody can get it. If Tom Hanks was one of the first celebrities to come out and say, "I got the fucking coronavirus," and it's like, Tom fucking Hanks has it. Just don't die on a Tuesday. Fucking Tom Hanks better not die from this shit, man. And but yeah, man, the political aspect of it is that Trump is completely unprepared for this, and he's not handling it very well. And you can go to The Daily Show, uh, John Oliver, last week tonight with John Oliver, and Seth Meyers and Stephen Colbert. I think that those people, I mean, as much as the trumpeters will say, they'll roll their eyes when they hear me say those four names and stuff like that. But in my eyes, those people are the ones telling us how it is and having on the real guests and talking to the people that really, really matter. And, they had that Feucci guy on the Daily Show the other day. Trevor was Skyping with him. And Trevor asked him all those fucking meat and potatoes questions that everybody's sitting there either talking out of their ass or have no clue about, or both. Like people constantly everywhere talking about, oh, well, this, that, and the other thing about cures and about how to slow it down. And we're 100% immune to it and everything like that. Like, go back a few days on the Daily Show on YouTube, and you'll find Trevor Noah and that Feucci guy, the head of the CDC, talking about it. And, with a straight face, that guy could not say that we are 100% immune to this if we get it and get through it. He says that's that's the best case scenario, and that's the one that is the most likely, but he can't say 100%. So yeah, I'm glad that Feucci's in there. I'm glad that Trump has that guy in there, and that he is putting him, hopefully, putting his word first in all this. And and that's the thing, is Trump says something stupid, and then a few days, or a week later, he comes out completely the opposite of that. I want to have the country open by Easter because it's such a special day for many reasons. For many reasons. It's such a special day. And then fucking all of a sudden, well, I think that, with what they say right now, we're going to extend it to April 30th. We're going to extend it to April 30th. But then we're going to be open for business. It's going to be tremendous, tremendous opening. Shut the fuck up, you Cheeto-dicked fucking buffoon. And there's like all these conspiracy people out there that are like, oh, it's not even a thing. It's just political. It's all political. And, there's about 0.5% of me that says, it's not the craziest thing I've ever heard, is that this is all just political. Because it's not on my fucking doorstep, man. Yeah, there's a person in Aberdeen that has it. I think there might be two now. I'm not sure. But, yeah. It's just, fuck. I don't know, man. It's not on my doorstep right now. And so it hasn't hit me, and I don't fucking want it to, I don't want it to hit us. When I smoke, and this thing is attacking smokers pretty hard in Italy. At least, I think my dad told me that. Maybe he was just trying to get me to stop smoking. Anyway, but, yeah, man. Because I don't know where this is going. All I know is there's a lot of euphemisms being thrown around right now. Social distancing. Or stay the fuck away from me. There's a virus out there. Fucking all this shit, dude. And I don't want to be the fucking, gloom and doom guy, but I have a feeling, and I posted this on a friend's page the other day. Like, let's say that this coronavirus that, with this coronavirus, like the world, are the Titanic. And right now, I feel like in the Titanic's final hours, we as a country, as a world, as a people are at about the point when they see the iceberg and they try to haul ass in the other direction and then like go hard to port and shit like that. Like I think we're right there. I don't think we've even hit this fucking thing yet. But I don't know. And I'm trying to think positive. I'm trying to think about the future and all this stuff that, blah blah blah, and in the grand scheme of things, it's just you really see where priorities are with all this shit. And I'm glad we're handling it the way we are. I mean, in the ways of like us as a society, um, the private's fucking sector, or not that. That's not the right fucking civilians. It's the civilian sector. We're all just sheep in the government, man. You know, I got my little corner of the fucking field right here. I got my little spot in the field right here. We all are just have our little spots in the field of this government. And I think us as a society are half and half. I mean, at least you guys aren't looting fucking stores and shit like that and everything. But still, there's still some crazy fucking people out there that don't know what the fuck they're doing. Quarantine or fucking like parties and all this shit and coronavirus parties and people still going to the beach and oh my god, dude. And I see people in the store with all their fucking kids and like grown up kids and kids that could definitely be home doing something else while their parents are at the store. It's like, stop taking everybody everywhere. Stop being in there for a fucking hour. Get in there, get what you need, and get the fuck out. Stop. I really wish that, like, the people could come in and get a week's worth of groceries. But no, I see the same people all the fucking time. Every day. And it's like, dude, just get a week's worth of fucking shit and go home and stay there and help us do this. Help me. Help my fucking percentage of getting this fucking thing because I'm there every goddamn day. Touching everything. Help me not get this fucking thing. I know you might not give a fuck about yourself, but help me not get this fucking thing. Because I have kids. And I love my fucking kids. And I want to see grandkids. And I know that I'm a fucking smoker and all that shit. And I need to stop doing that. But, I just don't want to die right now from this shit. Not from a stupid ass fucking virus. I don't want to be a name on a fucking memorial for the coronavirus. That would fucking suck. And that's the thing, man. Is, it's crazy how things are. How they just are right now. Because if this would have happened 15 years ago, when I was living alone and, working at the bar and stuff like that, I would have been like, bring it on. bring on the end of the fucking world. But God, I'm in such a place right now where it's like I want to see the world. I want to see you again. I might not like all the aspects of you. I might not like every person that I meet. A lot of people probably don't like the person that they meet when they meet me. Who knows? But all I have to say is I don't want to fucking leave this world yet. And I don't want this. I just got here, man. I just got this fucking house and we just got in. And now, like, some people are calling it the end of the world. And it's, fuck, dude. Flip a coin. You know? Who knows what the fuck's going to happen? I don't, nor do I have any control over it other than, washing my hands and trying not to touch people and don't cough on people. I don't know. I'm not ready. I'm not ready for America to collapse quite yet. And I don't know. Whoever wins this next election is gonna have a fucking. They're gonna have a fucking time. They're gonna inherit a mess. Or stick with it, Trump. I bet you Trump will win, dude. I don't want him to, but Biden is just so fucking weird, and I just don't know, man. I don't think Biden can take him. I think that Trump, we're divided again, you know? Because not everybody likes Biden. And I think, I don't know. I just don't know. I don't know what the hell's going to happen. There's a pandemic going on. It's March, and the fucking votes that still aren't counted until fucking, November? So, so much is going to happen before then. And, yeah. I guess if I do pass away from this coronavirus thing, I guess all I can say is thank you, Mom and Dad, for giving me a little bit of life, the little bit of a life that I've lived. Some of it's been pretty cool. Some of it hasn't been pretty cool, but that's normal. Just want you to know that I think more than others, I stop and appreciate little things in life. I stop and look up into the sun and feel the heat on my face, and just close my eyes and just kind of just bask in that for a little bit. I think I do that more than the average person does it. That, and go out and just stare up into the moonlight for a while. So I've always taken time out to appreciate life, I think. You know, when I'm laying there next to my wife, knowing that I found the best one, and knowing that someday I'm either not going to have her or she's not going to have me. Seeing all my kids running around playing together, all healthy and happy. At least I got to see all that, and at least at least I take notice, I guess you could say. Because a lot of people really don't. But, so yeah, man. It's a fucking crazy ass thing that's going on right now. And all I can say is I hope we all don't die. I hope we're all just okay. I hope most of us, this doesn't reach our doorsteps. You know, and this brings out a lot of things in people. Some people, a lot of hostility. Some people, a lot of love. I'm just I'm trying to think about it, but I'm trying not to think about it. You know, like I'm trying to be conscious of it, but I'm trying not to think about it so much because otherwise I'll just go nuts. And that's the thing, man. Is like I was gonna say this earlier. When it comes to the workers, you know, I have a couple of friends who, you know, have some uh, mental health needs and issues and such. And you know, some people are really teetering, and then all of a sudden something like this happens, and it's like, you know, I have a friend that, you know, was really going through a rough time, and kind of all of a sudden finally taking the time for themselves, you know, saying, okay, I'm going to kind of just take two steps back. You know, I'm not out the door, but I'm taking two steps back, and I'm going to slow down and try to work on myself a little bit. And then all of a sudden, boom, Armageddon fucking happens. Coronavirus, Horvid 19, because it's a whore. But yeah, that shit happens, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh, work needs you more now because you're an essential worker. And resentment comes in. Maybe that's the word I was looking for earlier, resentment. So, because we are essential, but in certain ways we still feel non-essential, you know, because we're the ones that are risking everything right now. The healthcare workers and the food service industry that's direly hurting, but still trying to keep things going with, you know, takeout and stuff like that, delivery and everything, and grocery store workers and just all sorts of people, man. You know, even the Aramark guys are still going out and switching people's linens out all over the place. It's we're the ones that are out there right now, and we're the ones that are the most susceptible to catching it, getting sick from it, carrying it, giving it to other people. So when we see you being cavalier with our lives, I mean, we're not going to halt business, but it's definitely letting us know who cares and who doesn't, and who deserves to be in the positions of power that they're in and who doesn't. But who knows? Maybe none of us will even care about that in the months to come because there won't be much left. Who knows? Kind of like Mad Max, but not really Mad Max. All I know is, dude, is if the apocalypse happens and like people start, you know, like looting and robbing other people and killing and just, you know, pure post apocalyptic kind of shit, I'm going to be the first one to die, probably, man, because I can't run. I mean, like, I can run, but I just don't know for how long. I probably don't have much of stamina in me, you know. But I'm just hoping it doesn't come to that, man. If it does, I guess I'm just gonna hunker in with the family I got a lot of friends. I got a lot of friends with guns. I don't own guns, but I have a lot of friends with guns. Maybe I'll be that. I have a baseball bat. Maybe I can be Negan, but I'll be like good Negan, you know? Still with the baseball bat though. But yeah, I got my Louisville Slugger. I'm looking right at it. It's right there in the corner. That's fucking awesome. But yeah, man. So everybody take care out there. If you are one of the people stuck at home, try to think about other people before you complain about just being stuck at home, especially if you have a fucking paycheck coming in, you know? And if you're stuck at home without a paycheck coming in, I mean, I'm going to say this and it might sound heartless and shit like that, but there are jobs out there that still hire right now. There are still essential jobs that need to be done. They might not be glamorous and glorious, you know, might not be anything to write home about, but there are some out there, man. And look for it. And I don't know. I don't know anything about that whole unemployment business, man. Like I really don't. I've never had unemployment before, so I don't know anything about it to say anything about it really. I'm just hoping that anybody and everybody that files for unemployment, I hope you get it. I hope you get as much as you need, man. But just remember some people are making more off unemployment than some of us are working our asses off. So just be thankful for that, man. Be thankful for anything and any goodness that you see out of anybody in this time, including community leaders and politicians. Just try to look for the good. And I know it's hard with some of these greasy fuck sticks, but just try to look for the good in it all. I even found some good in Trump. Well, he's got Fauci up there, even though Fauci is literally like on camera hating the guy that he works for. But at least he has him up there. He's a smart guy. Smarter than fucking me, man. So, yeah. I think it's about time to wrap it up. We're almost hitting 45 minutes here. I just wanted to say all that, man. I don't know what the fuck's going to happen. Got a lot of other shit to talk about that I've wanted to talk about, but this is pretty much the only thing anybody's talking about. That was another thing I was going to say is, I see a decline in a lot of, even though there's a big incline in like video games and Pornhub and like movies and Netflix and Hulu, and I see all that shit, but I've noticed that like a lot of these like online entities that are like nerd based, I've noticed that there's a decline with all that stuff and everything. People just want to watch movies. They're not discussing them that much. It's kind of weird. What's everybody watching? So, you guys take it easy. It's 10:41 p.m. 3/30/2020. As of right now, South Dakota has 101 total cases of coronavirus. One death, 66 active cases. The United States of America, as of right now, 164,253 coronavirus cases. Deaths, 3,165. Recovered, 5,506. I hope to see that recovered number go up a lot. And that comes from worldometers.info. Worldometers.info /backslash coronavirus whatever /country /US. But you can, I mean, this thing is pretty damn legit. World-O-meter coronavirus. Yeah, you can see the world right now. 785,777 cases. Deaths 37,815. Recovered 165,607. Closed cases 203,422. Yeah. Yep. Thanks, guys. Thanks for listening. You guys have yourself a good week. Try to have a good week. And, yeah, man. Hopefully we can, everybody keeps saying hopefully we can get back to normal. I just hope that we can take all the good that's happening right now amongst all this shittiness. We can take all the good that's happening right now and try to press forward as a species and not just a country or a party, you know? And I think this is the world fighting back a little bit. You know, pollution has gone down in certain places for a little while this, while things are shutting down, the world is it's starting to try to heal itself. You can see the early beginnings of it trying to heal itself and everything. And I think this was the world kind of giving us a kick or the world fighting back. Like, this is either a schoolyard fucking slap on the wrist or this is fucking war. And we'll see. We'll see what happens, man. Thanks for listening. Check me out on Twitter at TonyTubesZer. Facebook. Check me out on Facebook, Tubes World. The Tubes World podcast. And on YouTube, Tubes World. I put a lot of stuff out there on Tubes World. And I did a Fishguard 24-hour film festival in February. And that was a lot of fun. And I want to talk about that a little bit. But, yeah, I wanted to talk about this first, but we'll talk about that a little bit. But that is on there. It's called The Protector on my YouTube channel, Tubes World. So, yeah, have a good one, guys. And I'll talk to you next time. Peace.